Welcome to the whitest house. Slave souls haunt the halls when the light is out. Except the blood of the poor and the way they mouth. The last gas of a world that is dying out. Welcome to the whitest house, where every room is a tomb that they lie about. Where you can put your filthy feet on the finest couch, and for the right amount, you can even buy it out.
That's the essence of your entire political identity. You might be a white supremacist.
I'm recording, yeah, let's go. I'll take it, yeah. See that? You see that? There's some more for that ass. More. Alright, let's get the, you know what I mean?
Oh, I was like, what the hell is that? What the hell? I forgot we got the black clap now.
Man. Come on, we got everything today. You're not a fan?
That was a little. Sorry, that was a little much.
I forgot I had it all the way turned up, bro.
Yeah, that was a little like, whoa, what's going on over here?
Sorry.
Oh man, so welcome to This Week in White Supremacy. I am Jasiri X, co-founder and CEO.
Yes, he is.
Of One Hood Media, and to my immediate right. Oh, you wasn't going to introduce yourself?
It is me. I made it back from the city.
Yes.
Birthplace of hip hop, turned up, running through the streets.
Running through the Bronx.
I like it.
Yeah, it was a cool little weekend trip. And my brother.
Yeah, man. The Velvet Voice villain. The narcissist next door.
The narcissist in New York City.
The narcissist in New York City. You know what I'm saying? All of that, man. And
unfortunately, we're down a person.
He's here in spirit.
He's here in spirit. So,
he's here in spirit. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Mr. He never loved supremacy.
He never did. Man.
Right now, he doesn't love it. You know what I'm saying?
He probably doesn't. From like wherever he is in the world, he's not loving supremacy.
100%.
But niggas do love sleep. Niggas do love sleep, man. I slept. Listen, I slept so well last night. I was out cold, bro.
I mean, yeah, it was a long, a lot of delays at the airport. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Obviously, that's a lot of people had delays. I guess traveling has been a little bit intense.
Just all over the world, traveling has been mad right
absolutely,
now.
Absolutely.
Why is that? But Drake could take, his private jet 14 minutes from Toronto to Hamilton.
I mean, or, Kylie Jenner. Yeah.
But apparently Drake takes more trips than Kylie Jenner does.
Oh, is Drake the real criminal?
I guess he's been getting dragged on social media.
It's his longer, though.
It's 14 minutes.
I mean, to say but then,
Oh, no. I was kind of like, maybe he's from Canada. He's going back and forth.
No, he's going from Hamilton to Toronto. It's a 14-minute flight.
And it's like an hour drive or something like that?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
Yeah, come on, bro. I mean, but, that's what, and it's like, if you did make that drive, you would be in like luxury.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not like you be cramped up or tight or, you know what I'm saying? You would be in ultimate luxury.
Absolutely.
Kylie Jenner or Drake, because she's flying 3-5 minutes, for a 45-minute drive. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Meanwhile, I got to deal with a paper straw, right? I got to make these sacrifices,
man,
right?
You know what I mean? Niggas got to tell me I can't take a shower for 45 minutes. Why not, nigga? Fuck them sea turtles.
No.
I hate them sea turtles, bro.
But that's what Drake's saying. I mean, you know what I mean? It is wild. You know what I'm saying?
I actually don't have a beef with sea turtles. You know what I mean? It's just like, just don't tell me what I can and can't do. That's all. Like I look at sea
people, but not the.
I would look a sea turtle straight in the face and drink out of a straw.
This is the MAGA Muslim.
Hey.
Full play.
Like that no more.
Look a sea turtle in his face, in his eye, while a tear drops down the sea turtle's eyes, and you were just
I with the straw. I'm like, yeah.
Well, while we were in New York,
pause.
I missed that.
Can you just stop?
While we were in New York City, apparently,
unrelated to us.
Unrelated to us.
There was white supremacy happening?
I mean, there's always white supremacy, but I would call this like when white supremacy goes wrong. And you know what I'm saying?
Does it ever go right?
No, it does not go right.
I mean, you could argue that it does.
Sometimes,
since the globe revolves around it.
Yeah. But at the same time, sometimes when black people try to put on the cape or the collar, if you will, of white supremacy, you know what I'm saying? It could go wrong. And I know Brooklyn has been gentrified, but it's still home of the jukes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, you know, Karis One famously said, right?
Brooklyn keep on taking it.
Yes. And Brooklyn took it. And
Brooklyn took it.
And what they took was $1 million in jewels.
Man, you know what happened.
From a pastor.
You know what happened, bro.
Robberies in Manhattan. You know what happened? Man, $1 million G's worth of gun clapping.
Who shot you?
Well, thankfully nobody got shot. You know what I'm saying? But a pastor. Man. Let me get the.
I missed that.
But we might not want to put the gunshots. The pastor, Lamar Whitehead, was doing his normal Sunday service, and he was live streaming.
Right.
But, you know, it's pandemic times, right? It's, you know, we're seeing one of the largest wealth transfers, right? People are, you know, and to live in New York, you know, as rents in New York are $5,000-$6,000 a month, it's getting more and more difficult.
Right.
So, like, if you're doing your sermon and you happen to have on, and your wife and you have on over $1 million worth of jewelry, I'm sure at some point somebody's going to say, hey,
I need some of that myself. I prayed for this.
Hey, guess what's going down at Pastor Whitehead's church? Every Sunday, I saw the live stream. You're broadcasting it to the world. He got some jewels.
And run them jewels, nigga. Run them jewels, nigga.
So, I mean, you know, to me, I don't know. Is Miracle, am I wrong when I would say like it was just a matter of time? I mean, particularly if, and I don't know what the security is like, and it's called the Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministries. I don't know what the security is like.
Obviously.
Right. But just what I'm saying, like, if you're walking around with over $1 million worth of jewelry and you don't got like armed guards with you.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, not only, you know, because Miracle, you know, not that I've ever committed a robbery, but I've watched movies, Miracle. And, you know, they case the place.
What I've heard.
They case the place, right? So it would be easy to go.
What is wrong with you?
It would be right because you just show up at the church, Miracle, and you're just a regular church going person, and you're watching it, and then you can also have somebody watching on camera, and you know you have to put a mask on nowadays, Miracle. It's COVID-19.
Back
and,
when we would wear a face mask so we didn't catch a charge.
They just worn the Pooh Shiesties and it would have been fine.
Well, I mean,
Allegedly.
I guess they came up in the Pooh Shiesties and you know, took my brother down live on live stream, Sunday morning live stream.
Yeah.
The Lord
you know,
giveth and the Lord taketh.
Oh no,
man!
You know what I'm saying? Listen how the New York Times described it.
A fool and his money are soon.
Oh, come on, Miracle, come with them.
With the scripture, Miracle come with scripture.
So this is how the New York Times described it: a showy pastor.
That's a little racist.
Miracle. What would you say? A drippy pastor? I mean,
a pastor was robbed. Why he gotta be showy?
Hey, listen, pastor offering had the pastor
offering. We're robbed at gunpoint of more than $1 million worth of jewelry at a Brooklyn church on Sunday. The police said the heist was caught on a live stream video of the service. Pastor, you're gonna put it up there.
We don't need it. Need to
Lamar Whitehead, I don't know if we need. Oh, for the guy,
get on the floor, nigga.
And he up.
First of all, shout out to the cameraman who was like, "Y'all about to get all these angles."
The cameraman did. I should. Should we be making light of this? I mean, I guess nobody got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Thankfully, nobody got hurt. He did say, you know, they pointed a gun at his family, his wife. You know, and he said it was how the devil moves. That's what he said. The devil don't care. He sent them. And so that's how the devil moved. Apparently he's an ally of Eric Adams.
Well,
set up.
We'll walk it back. Let's
walk
it back.
He's one of Eric Adams'
mentees.
You know what I'm saying? So, So what do you all think? Comments about the armed robbery inside the church, and what do y'all think?
I mean, you know, if you got it and I need it, I'm gonna take it. You know, is
that what you believe?
That's 1,000%.
If you got it and I need it, is
that
that Walking Dead rules, brother?
I mean, that's my rules. That's my rules, bro. Respect the jokes.
But hopefully
respect the jokes.
You have it though, correct? We don't want anybody to indict themselves.
Have what?
whatever you need, right? Because you're not currently taking things from anybody.
So you trying to him up to be robbed from somebody else?
Right? You know what I mean? See, Jasiri is my op. He already.
What'd you oh, I'm setting him up.
He said you got all the money, right?
I got everything, right?
No, I mean you're good. You're comfortable.
Am I?
You're in a position where you don't have to take from somebody else because we wouldn't want you to implicate yourself. All
I do is all I do. And all I have is all I have.
But what if we were in New York City, brother, and we were enjoying our
respect the jukes
brunch or our ice cream,
and someone ran up and someone tapped the pockets?
Run them Burberrys, bro.
I'm like, bruv, like, these Burberrys ain't worth my life. You can take them. True.
I mean,
you get me? Yeah,
he allowed people to take it.
He complied because he know. But that's the thing. It's like, bruv, overstand the surroundings. Like, you got $1 million worth of jewelry on in Brooklyn. Yeah. You probably live in a brownstone. You probably live. You're living really well. How's your congregation looking?
Yeah, and I would say not only just in Brooklyn, but at a time where probably economically people are suffering.
People are hurting, bro.
The most, and so and
that's why the man came through and did what they did, man. They teethed all them things and dashed off with it.
But that is weird, right? Because you're talking. And I mean, I don't know. We haven't really got into this on the show, Miracle, like prosperity gospel and the idea that, like,
now,
if you love Jesus, he's going to bless you with chains and Mercedes Benzes. And like, that is a show of Jesus's love and compassion. And if you don't have those things, and you must be sinning, you must not be in the favor of God. There was a video that just went viral of a black woman pastor who was kind of like basically, calling people broke and ugly in the crowd, and people got offended, right? You're a pastor up there talking about people being broke, talking about people being ugly, and it's like, where was Jesus in that? You know what I'm saying? What is your commentary? We're gonna have to just give you the rest of the podcast on this.
I'm at the intersection of the haram heathen. I don't know why you were asking me about religion, but what I would say is I was always told if you had jewelry, you were supposed to get like the replica jewelry made and wear that out in public, and your real jewelry is supposed to be at the what do they call a little box at the bank.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So
say deposit box. Can I chime in?
What's up?
In the good book, Luke 12:15. Then he said to them, "Watch out, be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist in abundance of possessions."
Ooh.
Okay.
Hey. That's in the Bible, bro.
That's what he said.
You know what I'm saying?
So it was his problem then, Miracle, that he wore the real jewelry, or
I'm not victim blaming. I do have a problem with the fact that he has $1 million worth of jewels in a place where people are literally on the street,
right,
hungry and starving, and where Al Sharpton's talking about why is the toiletries at CVS under lock and key. I get
they have they're putting like over the steaks. They're like putting locks.
The
over
sensors.
The steak. Yeah, absolutely.
And hand wash and body wash. Right. And I get it. You work hard. Our culture is we wear jewelry. We have stuff. We want to look good. So I get it.
Right.
But a part of me is just like, maybe, could we just, was $50,000 too much?
Yeah. Right.
At what point we're getting $250,000? And I get it.
Yeah. If you want to throw,
he does a lot of stuff, but that's just people are hungry. People are starving. People are getting evicted. People are being abandoned by their governments.
Right.
There's some money. It's not about the devil.
I'll pray for you.
It's not about the devil. It's that people.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers, nigga.
People are desperate. They need 100%. They need support and resources. And it's if somebody's desecrating the house of God, which is supposed to be the epicenter of the community, there's something else going on.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to play that video I sent you. That was the video of the woman pastor. If you want to play that in a second or cue that up.
Now she just.
No, but I think it goes along with it, right? So this was his response, Miracle, to people calling him flashy for his jewels, and he drives a Rolls Royce.
That's for the New York Times, ain't for me.
He says, quote, this is what Pastor Whitehead said. It's about me purchasing what I want to purchase. It's my prerogative to purchase what I want to purchase if I work hard for it. And you're right. I mean, it is your prerogative to purchase, but just like you said, when you're wearing all of that And I mean, you know what it is. I mean, it's like, you know, if you have $1 million worth of jewels and you have the Rolls Royce and you're driving it around people who are, just like you said, Miracle, desperate, poor, hurting, falling backwards, then you're kind of setting yourself up for the possibility that you might be robbed on your live stream. I guess, Miracle, and I'm asking you because I know you kind of are familiar with the church.
I was like,
what is it? Do you know, like, what's the response to the, like, rich man through the eye of a needle? Do they just throw that out, or they just, you know what I'm saying, like, where Jesus said, you know, it'd be easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven? Do they just throw that part out, or?
Yeah, we all know.
They just like, Jesus, I'm going to get this cross, I'm going to get these chains.
People make the word work for whatever it is they want to have happen in their life. And so if you have to render unto Caesar what is Caesar's and God's what is God's for the 10%, and you need that 10%, you're not going to really worry about the eye of the needle because you're the exception.
100%. I wonder if this is because, you know, when we look at, for instance, you know, we've seen a lot of rappers actually be killed because of robberies, right? We saw Pop Smoke killed because of a robbery. We saw XXXTentacion killed because of a robbery, and we've seen multiple. It was just a little TJ was just shot, you know, and supposedly that was like a robbery. So
Tupac was shot and robbed.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if this is going to lead to, like, people not wearing their chains as much, not being as flashy, or you know, and even pastors. I'm wondering if this is going to lead to pastors.
Absolutely not. You're going to have
Jesus. I'm not tucking my chain.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to have a flash off.
I will not tuck my chain in the name of Jesus.
Nah. But what we're seeing is, particularly because New York just passed this thing where you had to look at social media in order to get a gun, and this man's a friend of Eric Adams. What we're going to be seeing is a lot more expansive police state because of this.
True.
And we're going to see a lot more police officers in churches. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be some type of bill now that we're going to have police officers in churches, which is then going to continue this
police state
removal of churches and communities, because the church should be where Black people are safe and whole and helped, and it's become this place where Black people are just like broken down and spit out. And now that this has happened, it's just more of a reflection of how far removed the church is from actually helping people.
Right. And this is after, you know, there was another in June or May, there was a robbery in a church in Brooklyn called St. Francis, where a gold tabernacle that was worth more than $2 million was like cut out of the actual church.
As it should.
Gotta get it how you live.
Pulled away.
So
you're right,
Why
Miracle.
is
Right.
these churches sitting on millions upon millions of dollars
100%.
Absolutely.
when
Tax the
people
church,
are
bro.
like, and that's a whole different conversation.
That's a whole different conversation.
But like, I just can't fathom having $1 million.
Ornamentation,
item.
ornamentation outside of
And
a house of God.
people are literally homeless on the street.
And then you turning away those same people that are looking at it, that like kind of like in the shadow of your opulence, coming to you for assistance.
Yeah,
and they just turn you away. They, you know what I mean? Oh, you know what I mean? They give you the dress code in churches and everything like that. You know what I mean? You got to dress like this to come in here, while these people are out here, hurting. Hunger pains.
100%. And even if they do give you something, I mean, they're not going to give you $2 million. I mean, and just like you said, it's like, at what point does the church say, you know what, this gold edifice, this $2 million gold edifice, or these $1 million worth of jewels or Rolls Royce, like these things can be used to like help build up people or feed people or help people going through one of the most difficult times. And just like you said, but if you're going to put, you know, like so much wealth in the face of people that don't have, I mean, really, it's almost like probably kidnapping's next. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, we kind of know how this thing goes, right? You know, robbery, and then, okay, you're not wearing your jewels, you know, somebody might start to get kidnapped. I mean, as this thing goes down further, inflation goes up, gas prices, I mean, people are struggling right now.
You see what Joe Biden said about the gas prices?
I did not. What did Uncle Joe say?
I wrote it back. He's like, American drivers are now saving $25 a month because of the bill. $25 a month, my nigga. That's lunch. That's one lunch.
$25 a month. Yeah, I mean, that's like I said. I mean, and it's so. I would say definitely like be. To folks that watch, like, be mindful. Be mindful if you're out. Be mindful.
Yeah, don't go to your office when you don't need to.
But I'm saying, like, but more so, like, if you want to, like, flash.
Oh, you talking about that?
Wealth in the. If you want to flash wealth, I mean, it's hard times out here.
It is, man.
You know what I'm saying? So just be mindful. And if you have it to give, if you have it to help the next person, help the next person. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that you should do.
And if you need it, take it.
No.
Please do
I don't
not.
got it.
Please do not. Yeah. You don't got it either. Yeah. None of us over here got it. But
somebody does.
I got.
I mean, the pastor don't got it now neither.
Man, he might have some more. He might have insurance on that shit.
Yo, if he came out with another million, like,
well, what if he came out with Ghostface Eagle on the wrist?
But the problem with all of this is, the Bible, the good book says you should know them by their fruits. They feed the sick, they clothe the homeless, all that stuff. This man put out a $50,000 like bounty to get the
Did he really?
back. Yeah.
$50,000 reward.
And it was like, at what point are you going to
want
be
these
past
niggas
there
dead
and
or
be
alive?
like, come back, let's work.
Yeah.
Do you have food? Do you have shelter? Do your kids have formula? Like, there's not that.
Right. You would think like, I mean, you broke this down beautifully, Miracle, because you would think somebody with the spirit like of a pastor would say, well, man, they must have needed this more than me. Like, these were just jewels. These were just trinkets, right? These were, these things aren't more valuable than a human life. And so, like, if they needed that, please, I hope they use that to help themselves. My man was like, nah, let me call it.
Yeah,
and
man.
6'2", like.
I've been robbed before, and we're like, listen, can you just bring back the passport? Can you just bring back, and so I'm very torn about this. I understand him upset.
Yeah, of course.
About his family being,
100%.
Their safety being jeopardized and
100%.
threatened. And hopefully this not being a stunt. Hopefully this isn't like an insurance scam. Putting all of that to the side.
Yes, if this is real.
I empathize going through that situation, but, too much is given, much is required, and there should be a different approach to helping the people in your community than what we're seeing.
Now speaking of that, so do we want to get into the black woman pastor?
No, because she's been evil and vile her whole career.
Or do we want to get into Marjorie?
They both the same. And also, there's a conversation here and how Christianity and white supremacy go hand in hand. And I'm trying to stay away from it.
No, that's the conversation. Man, 100% go hand in hand. You were gonna say something?
I got this. I got this album coming out, right?
Oh,
yes.
And on the album, I say,
"What'd you say, friend?"
Listen to this.
Okay.
Bars? Bro.
Bars.
Victim of poverty, prosperity, gospel. Niggas be sticking to robbery, cost of living colossal.
Yeah.
These Christians, they bother me talking about the Father, but they be giving me problems because I call them on that gossip.
Ooh. So let's play the
we didn't have nothing to do with this robbery. Now that
no,
you trying to put lyrics.
Nothing.
Rico is out here now that you trying to put lyrics.
Let's play the black woman pastor. What's her name?
The black woman pastor.
What's the pastor's name? Miracle.
Pastor offering. Another pastor offering.
I just know somebody posted it with the headline, and this is why people don't go to church.
Right, I'm about to play it right now.
Oh my God.
Here we go.
You some value. Sometimes before we get friends, we have to do an interview. How long have you been broke?
Oh, wow. Wow.
How many times have you changed your name on your light bill? How many of your bills in your little cousin's name? Do you live in a trailer home or a house? You understand? And it's not about status or material things. It's just about choices. Life is different now. And, we are at church. Thank God we're here. Those of us who are walking by faith without a mask and no vaccine.
Lord.
Wow.
And so we honor the Lord. God is good. I respect all of the men of God here.
They voted for Trump.
Respect you. Can y'all clap so I don't feel strange right about now?
She had to get them to clap.
We'll get a chance to meet each other. when y'all invite me to come to your church. I'm not as expensive as I seem.
Jesus Christ.
And so, I don't know, maybe you got a little left over from your PPP loan. Prayer, praise, and power. You understand? Amen. Isn't the Lord great? Amen. Amen. And so, you know, I like coming here because the ground is already tilled with great personality like Dr. Karn. Because one thing I love about him, he's deep in the word, but he knows how to have great humanity. And most don't understand his personality because he is truth personified.
Wow.
And he tells the type of truth that makes
I'm done.
No, keep going.
Because who likes to be told you're just ugly?
You're just ugly.
No one likes to be told that. You know, especially when they have realized it.
That sounds like
All
COVID.
right. Most don't get offended until they know the bad thing about themselves. And then somebody else recognizes and says, oh, I saw the ugly too. I just want to let you know. So anyway, y'all get that later. God is great. All of you are beautiful. I haven't chosen anyone to be ugly yet. God is good. God is great. You all look great. What? Most of you have on hats covering most of that anyway. Here's to you. I have a great personality. Okay, I'm going to sing. Daily I shall.
So apparently,
what was that about? Like,
it was about y'all niggas is broken ugly. I thought you understood.
Like my man talking about his wife on Facebook the other day. You ugly and stupid, but I fuck with you.
She isn't the most beautiful, and she isn't the most intelligent.
You ugly and stupid, but I fuck with you. Hold me down.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. So this is her name. She's a gospel singer. I didn't know that. Her name is Kim Burrell. And you know, she's, you know, of course. You know, people were saying like, you know, there was no Jesus in that. Like, she didn't really.
I mean, she sounded like Joel Osteen and all these other, you know what I mean?
But I've never seen Joel call nobody ugly, though. I mean, I don't know. Has he?
Sometimes you got to break people down to build them
up. Is that what Miracle has? But I think this is kind of like going in line in like what we were talking about with white supremacy and Christianity of like, you know, you don't know what people are going through. And it's like, oh, putting a light bill in your cousin's name or how long have you been broken? It's like people are really struggling out here and like you're in a pulpit, like not giving them like inspiration
at all
or words that will help them get through these hard times, but you're basically like laughing at them, you know what I'm saying? And talking about like how, you know, you're not that expensive to bring as a person. So yeah, I mean, it just, you know, it's pretty interesting, you know what I'm saying?
Rode in on a very fine high horse.
Yeah, you know, so this is what she said. She said, as a kingdom citizen.
I'm tired of it. Tired.
And a woman of integrity. Is that what you are?
Kingdom citizen? What is a kingdom citizen? Like,
it's just another thing that people... Listen, last week we were talking about the Christian fascism man talking about... They had the power of the Lord to take
over the government. Yeah.
Thing.
So she said, and a woman of integrity, you know what she said, so herself. She said, I can acknowledge some of my words, even if said in jest, can be offensive. My intention is never to hurt anybody, but spread love, laughter, and more importantly, the gift which God has given me. In song, if anybody was offended, I can sincerely say I apologize. She's also threatening legal action against those posting mistruths.
Listen to this. Hold on, though. Hold up. Steve Harvey is defending her.
I mean, come on, bro. Like, why?
Steve Harvey said you have to choose up, and that I don't have broke friends either.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's like so then. Do you have people that you're mentoring? Do you have people that you're helping? So like, that's what I'm saying. So you're basically saying like, yo, like and this is what people have. This is like a lot of times the critique of, you know, black entertainers or people that get to a certain level is, oh, you've gotten to this level and now we don't see you anymore. You don't go back to the community. You have no interaction like with the people that raised you. And so then when you do come back or you come back into the community or people see you with a lot of jewels, you get robbed.
Mm-hmm. You ain't welcome around here.
You get robbed because it's like, well, you didn't, you know, actively seek to help those in the communities that you came from. You didn't actually seek to like help give individuals knowledge to like, you know, how to get to your level of how to become better or more inspiration. It's like, nah, I don't want to be around none of y'all broke niggas.
I was just saying, like, you're not even coming around to ends with respect.
No. No.
You know what I mean? You're not coming up to show love, nothing. Like,
100%.
no turkey drives. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, maybe, but what's that? Like, if you just dropped in for a day and passed, Nino Browned it and gave some turkeys and then kept it moving, like, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? But like you said,
that's why they don't never get they never get the love that the dope dealers get and everything, because the drugs keep the hood from starving. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Like, niggas that come around the ends know, like, all that prosperity gospel and shit that got to be checked and taken out.
They checking it.
And that's the thing. I love that energy.
They check it.
Me personally, I love that energy.
But I think you look at it and say, like, if you say I don't have any broke friends, you're basically saying, like,
I'm better than everybody I grew up with.
Well, not only that, but like, I'm not interacting with any common people.
Yeah.
So then, like, people that are struggling, people that are living check to check, people that are maybe, I'm deciding, do I eat a meal or get gas in my car? Like, you don't have any idea about, like, what people are really going through right now, how desperate people are, or hurt people are. And so what happens? You wear a bunch of jewels around folks, and then they get taken right off your neck because you're not around these people and you're not engaging with these people and you're not hearing people's actual issues of what's happening right now. You don't know. And so you walk up around these folks and then, you come out, you strip naked. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of wild, but
it's always funny to me when people talk about, oh, you broke, but those broke people are literally paying your fee and your stipend with their
100%.
ties, and they bought the ticket.
Yes,
like it's a difference when people around you are being vultures and leeching off of you.
Right.
Then you're literally telling the people who paid to see you,
yes,
that like they're broke.
And ugly.
And it's like a comedy show.
Those are
and
your
ugly.
fans.
Yeah,
like,
Like, what's interesting about Steve Harvey, because like, remember when Jay-Z was like, a Steve Harvey suit can't fit him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then when Pusha said something about Steve Harvey suits on the Drake diss,
right.
Steve ain't have no smoke for Jay. But
Right.
he jumped on Family Feud and was tap dancing for all them white people,
Right.
and wanted to diss Push on there because like he doesn't equate Push with success.
Right.
He only equates Jigga with success.
Right,
you get me? So Steve Harvey been on that same type of time too. Like, fuck that nigga too, man. And
But I mean, right,
and his toupee wearing ass.
Yeah,
man.
but I mean, he's bald now.
Yeah, I mean, I know that. I'm just
and
saying,
he got a stylist now. He be stunting on y'all like every day.
Remember when he did the photo shoot?
No,
You don't remember that when he took his shirt off for the photo shoot?
I do not
Jamie
remember
Foxx went in on him.
no.
Oh,
But
man, you got
I'm saying, like, I think like what Miracle said was such a great point. Like, it's like that in hip hop a lot too. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're paying for these albums, we're paying for these records, we're paying for these things for you to basically just call us broke and you'll never get this. And I got all of these diamonds and stuff on, but it's like as fans, as the people like we're actually paying for you. Come on, brother. We don't need to see shirtless Steve. Look now that's in your browser history. So now if something happened to you and they pull up your browser history, they're gonna be like, oh man, Farouk was
looking at Steve Harvey.
Farouk, why were you looking at a shirtless Steve Harvey? Like, what's going on? So man. To me, I think that's part of the issue. You know what I'm saying? And it is funny to see that, but it is sad. And it's like, when do we start withholding our money to say, no, if you're just gonna call me broke and ugly, you know what I'm saying? Like, why should I continue to support you if you're not giving me any inspiration? You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna play this video of Marjorie Taylor Greene now.
I didn't realize this was gonna be the Christian. It's gonna be the episode. Everybody that was Christian that listened to it.
Like, I can't do it anymore.
I mean,
they're justifying pastors being robbed.
I am. I 1,000% am.
No, you're not.
Yes, the fuck I am.
We're not justifying pastors being robbed. You know what I'm saying? But we are wondering why you have $1 million worth of jewelry on.
Not anymore. You don't. Somebody else got that shit. And probably wearing it better.
But just like you said, like, I do wonder if, like, next Sunday, do you up the ante? Do you like, yo, I got $2 million.
I mean, but if you were Brooklyn, you kind of got to.
Right.
Like, you got to come through, like, you know what I mean?
You can't
on
say,
some Ric Flair shit.
Yeah, you can't say, like, because it's like, if you don't wear any more jewelry, is that, like, somehow, like, you don't have faith? Then you got, will Jesus protect you, my brother? Will Jesus protect your neck, my brother? You know what I'm saying?
Jesus gave sight to the blind, bro. Jesus gave sight to the blind.
It would be interesting
got
if
to do with that.
I'm just saying.
You got other stuff to be 100%.
Jesus and Beyonce are worried about this Friday dropping this album. That's what they worried about.
He gonna come out to break my soul. He gonna come out $2 million worth of jewelry. You won't break my soul. You won't break my. Hey yo, I might have to tune into the live stream on Sunday. But anyway, speaking of you know, is it crazy? I don't know what this. I don't want to say crazy Christian. I guess I mean like, you know, white supremacy and Christianity. Speaking of those things, right?
And in the States and a lot of other Western areas,
yes.
It's synonymous.
100%. Particularly when you have a congresswoman like Marjorie.
What do you usually call her? Marjorie?
I look at how the name is spelled, and it's spelled like Majori. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And then how
do you spell Marjorie? What's the typical spelling of Marjorie?
It's like M-A-R. It's a G. You know what I'm saying?
G.
It's a G. And so Marjorie Taylor Greene,
right.
You know, called herself this weekend a Christian nationalist, right? And she said we need to be Christian nationalists. You know, there was one of these right-wing events called Turning Point USA. It was a summit they had in Florida. Of course, people were outside with Nazi flags and Confederate flags because these type of things always bring white supremacy. And, you know, Marjorie herself spoke at a neo-Nazi convention. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she spoke there and tried to, I didn't know who that was. Well, anyway, so she said she's a proud Christian nationalist.
You know who else are proud Christian nationalists, Marjorie? They wear white hoods. They have a uniform. They literally have a uniform and a doctrine that calls themselves Christian nationalists.
I mean,
I believe they're called the KKK,
the Ku Klux Klan. Yeah,
the Ku Klux Klan.
So, when people critiqued her, you know, calling her, so are you going to play the video?
Do you want me to?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Why not? Let's hear it from her own words. You know what I mean?
If it'll play.
Is that your?
He's got a coach.
Your computer.
Why isn't it playing? Here we go.
It's probably the pictures.
Steve Harvey blocked it.
So you see, I also call myself a Christian nationalist, and that's not a bad word. That's actually a good thing, right? And there's nothing wrong with leading with your faith, because we should lead with our faith. Because if we're doing that, then we're doing the right thing. It doesn't mean we're perfect. It just means we're doing the right thing. And I think that's what the Republican Party needs to be about.
That sounds like a recruitment video.
Well, it's also weird because, like, you know, it used to be like they were such defenders of, like, we defend the Constitution. This is what the Constitution said, and the Founding Fathers said, and we got to defend the Founding Fathers and the Constitution. But the Founding Fathers and the Constitution specifically were against, like, this, you know, the forcing of a religion on them, because that's one of the reasons that folks left.
They left England.
You know, England is because they weren't able to practice their religion in the way they felt comfortable practicing, and so they wanted to create a place where no matter what your religion were, you were free to practice it. But now they're like, no, to hell with this. We are, and for those that don't know, you know, according to Wikipedia, Christian nationalism primarily focuses on passing laws that reflect their view of Christianity and its role in political and social life. So we're seeing that with the Supreme Court, right? Where even though the majority of the people believe in the right for a woman to choose, the Supreme Court took that away, right? The majority of the people believe in the right for people that are of the same sex to get married. It's looking like that's on the table for the Supreme Court to take away as well. And, many people, in fact, you heard about the guy who voted against the protecting marriage
and
act.
went to his son's game, and went to his son's marriage.
Went to his son's
man. Like,
went to his son's.
How'd that conversation? I mean, he probably just went for optics' sake.
I mean, he probably loves his son, and it's that thing of, like, you know, somebody that's wealthy and connected and powerful and white. Normally, these rules don't affect them that much.
They're always going to be fine.
You know what I'm saying? There'll be ways for a rich, wealthy white lady, particularly if she gets, you know, impregnated by one of these congressmen or senator or multimillionaire. There'll be a way for her to terminate that pregnancy if she chooses to, right? A lot of times what this does is it primarily affects black and brown people and poor people and the decisions that they choose to make. So she pushed back, basically saying that I'm being attacked by the godless left because I said I'm a proud Christian.
Godless left. Those godless heathens.
She said because I said I'm a proud Christian nationalist. These evil people are calling me a Nazi because I proudly love my country and my God. They hate America. They hate God. They hate
everybody's
us.
God.
I mean, but
my God.
Right. That's the thing. And it's like, what's wrong with America being a place where everybody can like rightfully, I mean, that's what the founding fathers said they wanted to, right? So it's like, do you now know more than the founding fathers? Do you have a comment on this, Miracle?
I just, I remember the good book saying something about like, you go out, you try to proselytize, people say no, you shake the dust off your feet and you move on.
Yes.
That shake the dust off your feet and move on concept seems to have abandoned the current crop of Christians right now.
Yes.
And that is the problem. If you don't want to be gay married, don't get gay married.
Right,
if you don't want to have an
right.
abortion, don't commit an abortion.
Yes.
But now it's the rules for the rest of us.
Right.
That is the problem. Like those of us who aren't Christian now have to be subjected to these laws. There used to be a separation of church and state.
Right.
So you had the state laws because we're all in this jurisdiction together.
Yeah.
But then you and your family could do your own little Christian beliefs.
Yeah.
Of course, it was always white Christian beliefs. So for people who practice Santeria, in Florida, all of a sudden you have these regulations about how you could kill chickens and how you could raise crops or what mandatory schooling and all, for indigenous folks, but for white Amish folks, they could keep their kids from school. So it's always been this white Christian nationalist presence
100%.
When it comes to our government. But now it's getting scary because we were fortunate, yesterday, to talk to a man, and how do you say it again? I always mispronounce it.
Uyghurs? He was a Uyghur.
He was a Uyghur Muslim, and he was talking about fleeing China because they under religious persecution because they were seizing his home, putting his family members in jails, and taking assets. And we're seeing that same thing right now where people are literally saying we need to take children from queer families.
Right.
We need to close these queer businesses.
Right.
Yeah.
We had over the weekend 2 bomb threats here in Pittsburgh at predominantly gay nightclubs. And so we're seeing that same violence creep back up, and that is the problem. We don't have
I didn't even know about that.
this freedom and this love and the protection. What we have instead is this violent Christian nationalism that pretends to love you and pretends to love life while automatically, simultaneously trying to kill you and kick you out of the country.
Right. And I think you also, to me, again, it's like you're telling me 2 different things. One, you're telling me that you want limited government. This was always what the Republican Party supposedly stood for. Limited government. Government shouldn't be in control. Government shouldn't tell you what you can and cannot do. And this was the whole thing around masks, right? Yeah. Don't tell me I got to wear a mask. Don't tell me I got to get a vaccine. But then it's now, but you want government to tell me what to do or you want me to be Christian now, or you want Christian values to dictate whatever these laws are. And so now you're not only do you want the government to tell me what to do, you're actually wanting the government and the church now to have this power over the decision making I have. So which is it? Is it that you don't want, you want limited government and people should be able to make their own decisions? Or is it that you want your Christian doctrine, your Christian dogma to determine what everybody does? And that's to me, these are 2 different opposing views, but you're trying to make them come together.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. So there was a couple of stories that we wanted to get to. The one was the fact that and this is where I guess when we say when people say there's no racism or racism doesn't exist or white supremacy.
Please tell me you're about to say what I think you're about to say.
Well, no, it's a couple of things. One, a New York town, a North Carolina town.
Okay.
Right. And an entire, let me put this in perspective. An entire North Carolina police force quit in protest.
On Facebook. On Facebook.
Because the town hired a black woman to be the town's manager. You know what I'm saying? So this says Kenly Police Chief Josh Gibson made the shocking announcement in a Facebook post saying the assistant town manager and his 5 officers quit in protest. I have put in my 2 weeks notice along with the whole police department. you know, needless to say, Police Chief Josh Gibson is white. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And it was, I mean, but this is where I'm saying, like, you now get I thought it was about protecting and serving. I thought it was like helping your community. I thought it was like when your community needs you as a police officer, you're supposed to be there. That's what I'm saying. I thought that's what it was about. Apparently, it's about that until a black woman is placed in charge of you. And then it's about none of that, right?
Now it's a cause for protest. Now you're upset because you feel that your job is threatened because you have to answer to a black woman.
Yes. Supposedly because she's progressive. Miracle, did you have a comment on this whole town quitting?
She didn't even do anything.
She literally just existed as a black woman, and that was enough.
They were like, this black woman is hired. It's kind of funny because I got a job when I was, and they sent, you had to put out your picture.
Yes.
And then when everyone were like, because, you know, people don't know I'm black sometimes when I talk.
Yes.
When they realized I was black, they had to have a staff meeting to see if anyone had an issue about it.
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
Just to make sure they have to, like, resend the offer, and that was kind of funny. But, like, for here, it's just like, we keep talking about reimagining public safety. There's different ways to approach justice.
Yes.
And we keep being called, you know, obstructionists. People are too radical.
Yes.
But these men just quit. She didn't even say, like, don't do traffic stop. They were literally like, she got hired.
Yes. She got hired, and that's part of what she said. I mean, basically, she was hired after a nationwide search. You know, they were happy. They were celebrating the hiring because she was a manager that has worked progressively, responsibly in different positions in several states. So she's somebody that has a long line of, you know, accomplishments. Right. And just like you said, she just got hired. And part of what people said was, it says the post nor his letter spelled out specific grievances that he had against this woman. So it's like, and her name is Justine Jones. So it's like, what you haven't even said like what your issue is, but he did say he would consider staying if she was dismissed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Can we just talk about
fire that nigga and I'll stay.
The stunts that white supremacists
100%,
pull,
yes.
And then when we do a little protest,
yes,
or a little blockade, people lose their mind. This man literally said, "F you and your safety. We're not coming to work."
Until you get rid of that black lady.
100%. And like you said, it reminds me of, I remember when it was all this talk about the protesting around policing and how we shouldn't be protesting. And then when a New York NYPD officer was killed, they actually did a protest at his funeral. Like, they literally protested. The police did a protest at this police officer's funeral. Yeah, and it was like how distasteful is that? But then we're wrong when we protest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Our protests are horrible and wrong, but you can run up in the Capitol and we know what they did.
Yeah, shit on the walls.
and that's
shit
fine.
On the walls, man.
So there was other police news. I don't know if we're going to get into the sound of the police drop. There were other police.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the
moving
beast.
forward, it should just be tears at this point. That should be the real sound of the police. It's tears.
Well, I think, and it's also too, is interesting because we did have basically police officers again being caught on tape. Using the word nigga like liberally, right? Like liberally using the word nigga, and then will come out. Did
he say it 119 times?
No, he said he bragged about shooting a nigga.
But I bet you he said it for every bullet.
119 times. And again, this is a police chief. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That bragged about killing 13 people in the line of duty. This is a police chief in Mississippi and used the word nigga repeatedly, including to describe one black person he says he shot at least 119 times. The racist, homophobic, and expletive-laden remarks that Sam Dobbins, the chief of the small town of Lexington, made in an April conversation with an officer caused an uproar this week in the Mississippi Delta, right? So it's like, if we put body cams on you and tape it, you're going to catch these police calling us nigga. I mean, it's inevitable.
What does that even say about the way that you police, that you had to kill 13 people?
Yeah. I mean, it says that you
in Mississippi,
obviously that you don't like niggas. I mean, clearly,
well,
you
not
don't
even
like
that,
niggas,
but it's just like, what is the aspect of prosecution and due process? right? You just go straight for execution. Like that's the issue. Like every time we say defund the police, abolish the police, people protest, but yet the police give us more reasons to say that.
How do you shoot somebody 119
like,
times?
There's no gun. Like you have to buy
I shot that nigga 100. And why 100? Like you knew exactly how many times you shot this man?
I mean, that's what the forensics told him.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's probably like, I want my scorecard punched.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I want the.
It's interesting because they said the conversation was only 16 minutes.
Only 16 minutes?
And how many times did he say it?
Probably 119. Probably.
That's what I'm saying. Like, like, bro, it's like, if you're what precedent are you setting as the chief that you can murder 13 people in the line of duty, still have a job? There's no way that there's 13 justifiable homicides.
Not only that, Farouk, did you know that the town Lexington,
Kentucky?
This is in Mississippi.
Oh, okay. Still, MISSI. Or
is 80% black.
And
this is their police chief.
This is why local elections matter.
Yeah.
This is why local elections matter, man.
So they basically they voted to oust him effective immediately. He got fired. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's the least thing that should happen.
Yes. And obviously people heard it and were angry and appalled. The police chief hasn't responded to a request to talk. Nor
Willie.
He denied using slurs.
Even though he was on camera.
He said he was unaware of the recording and the topic of killing people in the line of duty,
so that
and denied using slurs. He said, I don't talk like that.
But you were literally talking like that, my nigga. Like, we got the tape.
He said that wasn't him.
Oh, my God. Miracle, did you have a comment on Diamonds?
Me.
It wasn't me?
Buddy caught me on camera. It wasn't me. Had me shooting all these niggas. It wasn't me.
I will not. I will not do that this week. So this is Caucasian.
So I'm shitting on the walls.
Town is 80% white.
Yeah.
There's nothing to say.
Yeah.
It's just like, why Jesus?
Don't bring Jesus into this.
Shout out to Robert Lee Hooker.
Yeah.
Who was the black man who was an officer that recorded the conversation.
Right, yeah.
Shout out to this man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, hey, black people. If you're around some of these racist folks, that's what the phone is for. Like, hit record. You know what I'm saying? Record these people. Go ahead, Miracle. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, shout out to him. You know, that's the real, like, spook who sat by the door.
100%.
And for those, before people go, that's offensive. The Spook Who Sat by the Door is a movie. It may also be a book.
It's a book.
It's a book and movie.
Yeah. About this man who ends up to be black, who basically listens to how systems are being created and harm people, and then basically turns it around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And to help black people. That's what people should do. I'm like, yes, get in these spaces, record people, do an HR complaint, change things, and do no harm, because we've seen so many black officers
100%
harm black people to try to succeed, and so it is very beneficial that this man did that, because like you got to think about how many times he heard him talk like that.
I mean, so it said he resigned with it as an officer with the 4th. Only days after he joined the department because of how this man was speaking to him. Now, mind you, this Dobbins is speaking to a black man.
Yeah.
I shot that nigga 119. He's talking to a black person. So it's like, if you're going to talk to a black person like that, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to talk to a black officer, imagine what you're saying when black people ain't around. You know what I'm saying? And apparently it's happened in Cincinnati as well. In Cincinnati, there was another, again, an officer.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
Rose Valentino, who was caught on body cam using a racial slur while stuck in traffic outside Western Hills University High School, according to the investigation. A male student was walking by her cruiser and gave her the middle finger.
Fucking niggers. I hate them.
And she responded.
That was her saying?
Fucking niggers. I fucking hate them.
I fucking hate them. So.
Yes, that was her. So she's been suspended, pending an investigation. I mean, there will be no office. I mean, it's like if we suspended all of the officers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Sounds like you would have no police left.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I always like the fact that they say like, this isn't me.
Yeah, it is you. It is you. That's the thing, bro. Like, just accept it.
Yeah. I mean, or
keep it tall with me. Like, that's who you are.
Racist rehab, or like just basically
you really
say like,
gotta put that out there.
Yeah.
Like next semester,
it says according to the report, Valentino, who is white, said she does not have any racial bias.
Oh, okay.
That have affected her work, and told investigators she does not use racial slurs.
I think she was using racist and homophobic slurs
100%
on her little recording and yelling at people.
100%, yes.
So how did it not impact her job performance and services?
I have no idea. But like you said, I mean, she, clearly it's like if just a child giving you the middle finger causes you to then say like we're all now you hate me too. Like I'm just over here doing the
She does. She hates your Starbucks drinking ass. Just like I hate light skinned niggas, she hates light skinned niggas. Every time I walk past a terminal and see me in the airport, I was like, man, I hate light skinned niggas, man.
Here this nigga go again.
I'm like, man, I can't ever escape this nigga.
It was weird, right?
Right, you just walk every terminal, there you are.
Coming off the airplane, you know what I'm saying? I was like, coming into the Pittsburgh, and it's like I'm right there.
You should go in one day and be like, this is me.
Yes,
hey, this is me.
Or stand by him, just stand by him.
See if anybody says anything.
Yeah, no one has said anything to me yet, but I mean, it is a lot. I mean, you also had, police in Tennessee run up into a man's house and beat him, when he was literally, they said he was doing 32.
12 miles over.
12 miles and ran a stop sign.
And ran into his house, chased him.
And chased him into his house, beat him in his own home.
Just send him the citation in the mail.
I mean,
I don't know about your day. What was the point of going in, mashing up this man's house, tasing him in front of his family, scaring the dog, you know what I mean?
Well, I think what's happening
fucking
is,
up his sofa.
And then right. I mean, and then because I know we're getting close to it. And then the wild part is like, none of this is addressed now. Biden has a bill where billions more dollars are going to police departments all over the country.
Because we need more police, bro.
According to Joe Biden. But it's like you could say as part of this bill, there are certain things that police departments need to do, right? As part of this bill, like you need to wear like body cameras and be recorded at all times. And if you do any of these things, you should be immediately dismissed. But that's never the case. And so what happened? I mean, when you just had in Akron, like a man shot 90 times, you know what I'm saying? And so at that point, the fact that we don't change, there's no real will to change it because this is only happening to black and brown folks. Yeah. And then we just throw more money at the police, despite what happened in places like Uvalde where 400 cops did nothing as children died from a mass shooter, and we just keep throwing more money at police with no conditions. What recourse do we have, Miracle? None. So with that being said, we hope you have a wonderful day.
For some reason, every time we get an inch in criminal justice reform,
an inch,
it seems we just go back
yes,
millions of miles because people just can't
really
wrap their minds around the concept of not needing police and not needing prisons and not needing jails.
No, they can't.
But I, would say keep fighting, keep demanding. We defund the police, keep suing police officers, keep reporting police officers, keep recording police officers, document police officers.
Yes.
And what's really even more important is if you know a defense attorney association outside the ACLU, if you know an officer has lied, share it with the defense attorney association.
Yes.
Share it on your social media. Create a list of officers who have been behaving badly and share that within the community so you can get charges dropped and dismissed, register to vote, acquit, vote not guilty, and on every single jury you serve on if you want to, if that's your prerogative, you can literally there is no rule saying you have to vote guilty. You can use jury nullification and acquit people on every single charge, and just live life and maybe run for office, pass some legislation. But it's with this new $100,000 cops Biden is trying to push and the cities are trying to push.
Right.
We have to keep fighting back. We can't give up.
Absolutely. So thank you for that, Miracle, that inspiration. So with that being said, we have a very special white pages today.
Very special white page. An
exclusive, right?
Yes, an exclusive white pages. We have scenes from my life from a friend of the show, friend of myself, friend of Ime Alaquiva, Michael K. Williams, Irreplaceable, God Bless the Dead. Got this weekend. This will be out 23 August. Scenes from my life is kind of like autobiographical. Tells a whole bunch of different things about Mike, just like his roles. Talks about being Omar. Talks about his scar. Talks the iconic scar across his face. Talks about addiction. This is gonna be a must read. It's a memoir. Scenes from my life, a memoir by Michael K. Williams. God Bless the Dead.
Absolutely.
Jerry Sternfeld also I think did a prologue on here. So, yeah, man, thank you, Dana Racklin.
Jerry Seinfeld?
No, Sternfeld.
Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Thank you, Dana Racklin. Really good friend of mine. Thank you, We Build the Block. We really appreciate you. 23 August, Michael K. Williams, Scenes from My Life.
So definitely put that down as a book, and it was a special brother. I mean, did a tremendous amount for folks in need. Was truly a man of the people, as an actor,
man. One of the warmest people ever.
Yeah, as a human being. So shout out to him. And then we got a lot going on this weekend, right?
We have a lot. Could you allow me that, please?
Oh yes.
So weather permitting, inshallah, we have Fridays on Deck. An initiative, I think, at the show we're extremely happy about at Liberty Green Park here in Pittsburgh, doing something that, a lot of other people seem to be stumbling out of the blocks for, which is providing resources for these young black children. We're excited to do this. We'll be doing this every Friday, inshallah, from this coming Friday to the 16th September in East Liberty, which is a formerly black neighborhood.
Yeah.
Giving these youth just like some love, some opportunities to do things at night, instead of, them being children and having a police called on them for it. So, if you're around, if you have youth of the age, there's going to be resources here. There's going to be food trucks. There's going to be DJs, young DJs from the community coming out, sharing their gift with people, congregating, children being children.
Yeah.
Pull up.
Because it's sometimes, it is a lot of people at Liberty Green, and so there's a lot of young people, a lot of young black people there. We want to just give them, we want to feed them, show them love, give them some things to do. So if you are in the area or know some young folks, Friday 7 to 9 at Liberty Green.
Thank you. I was about to say 7 to 9 Liberty Green Park,
and then on Saturday.
Saturday we have.
You want to talk about that, Miracle? Maybe.
I don't even know what Saturday is.
Saturday is People, Power, and Politics. Miracle.
Listen,
what's going on, Miracle?
We have events every.
We out
day.
here.
I just look at the calendar. We having 10-hour days until next week.
What did Kim Burrell say? Praise, power, and what?
PPP.
Yeah,
that was power.
Yeah, I mean that's our PPP is
People, Power, and Politics.
People,
man.
Power, and politics. People, Power, and Politics. Jesus Christ, that is a tongue twister.
That is. Yeah.
Come out with us on Saturday.
We will be at Social Status again. Be social.
Yes.
Penn Avenue, East Liberty.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So we're doing a lot in East Liberty, man, because it was formerly black.
Yeah. And shout out to Social Status. Is probably I guess one of the few remaining black businesses in East Liberty.
One of 3.
And we're gonna have free food. We're gonna have we'll probably do some giveaways. We're gonna have music. We're gonna have fun. So come out again. Liberty Green. We're gonna have something at Liberty Green. Some giveaways as well. Come out to People, Power, and Politics on Saturday, and just be on the lookout because we got a lot of events coming up. Our black box, our new theater space is almost ready.
Almost ready, man.
You know what I'm saying? Almost ready to debut. And so, so just, One Hood Media, follow us on everything, and, we'll be back at you.
And on Thursday at 7 o'clock, please turn in to Ask a Black Lawyer. We're going to be talking about family law. Y'all want to talk about your child support, divorces, prenup, postnup, all adoption, all that type of stuff. So tune in.
What if you don't have family?
You still have family
yeah.
law. You have parents.
Yes, absolutely.
Siblings.
Something. You got something.
It's still family law.
Absolutely.
You know what happens if your cousin put your name on the light bill?
Man.
You know,
broke ass cousin.
Broke ass
You
nigga.
know?
Broke ass cousin. He need Jesus with his broke ass.
Talking about things. You know, as an artist, if you don't want to get married and you're cohabitating, what is that? Is there a difference?
Absolutely.
What does that mean? You know, for your legacy, and all of that. So tune in Thursday, 7 p.m. Ask a Black Lawyer.
Yes.
We've got 2 phenomenal lawyers joining us, so tune into that.
Very cool. And so until next time, you know what I'm saying, we will see you all. Hopefully, you know, we will have our full conglomerate of folks.
What's the date in November? Our November date for 100th anniversary?
Oh, what is that date?
100th show?
100th show.
I thought you were talking about like Wakanda Forever. I was like 11/11.
Nah.
Wakanda Forever. We gonna be at the theater.
That date,
you know what I'm saying?
We got something for
we gonna
y'all.
be popping.
Friday, also Beyonce comes out.
Oh yeah, Renaissance. It's a Renaissance.
We may or may not be doing something at the Black Box.
Yeah, you know,
but we'll see.
But you know, check in and you know you might.
Well, that's invite only because it's late.
Because Farouk don't like people.
That's exactly it.
So with that being said, last words.
Never lose sight. Never lose sight.
Oh yeah.
Channeling.
There we go. Yeah,
brother. Final words. Peace and love.
What happened to peace?
Shout out to Michelle Kinney, who, you know, invited us to New York City and did a wonderful job on the panel at the United Justice Coalition Summit. Appreciate you. See y'all next week. Peace. One hood.
Welcome to the whitest house. Slave souls haunt the halls when the light is out. Accept the blood of the poor and the with their mouth. The last gasp of a world that is dying out. Welcome to the whitest house, where every room is a tomb that they lie about. Where you can put your filthy feet on the finest couch, and for the right amount, you can even buy it out.
That's the essence of your entire political identity. You might be a white supremacist.